Good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's live session. It's Friday, it's 9 p.m. and we are back with yet another topic on
how to ace your career.
So guys, I'm Newton. I'm a career and a life coach, and I specialize in coaching mid-age people with 12 to 15 years of experience who are stuck in their career, who are going through a career stagnation, or probably are not happy with the pace of growth that they're experiencing. They want to grow at a much faster rate. They also come to me if they're wanting to make a career shift.
Absolutely.
And I'm so thankful and blessed that it's never happened that a client has applied all we have told them and they have not got results.
Absolutely.
They have experienced amazing results, more than what they came for. And that's the reason we thought that it's time that we expand our reach. We reached out to the LinkedIn platform and we are so happy that such an amazing and warm response we are getting from this platform.
Absolutely.
So thanks to LinkedIn and thanks to each one of you who comes here on Friday night and joins us live, or is watching and listening to our mentor session, or is reading our posts and responding to them, voting for us. So here is one way for us to repay a debt of gratitude to all of you.
And long introduction she's taken. I'm waiting when will my time come to say who am I? And
Times have changed.
Okay, and I'm thinking when. Okay, anyhow, not time. Every time she starts, and I'm waiting all the time. Now will I say? Now will I say? Now I'm giving a few hints also, but she's not taking it. Anyhow, okay, I'm Dheeraj, and I'm a life coach, and I'm a career coach, and a business coach. And yes, we are really grateful to all those people. Like every week, this live that we go, we have hundreds of people who are there live with us, and it's been now more than 1,000 of people who are going through these sessions, and they have been able to make the maximum out of it, and that gives us immense amount of people. So when we started, we had in a week some few hundreds of people going through it, but now we've seen for a few months that thousands of people are going through this 3 hours, half an hour session that we do, and it's benefiting. So today it's a very important topic, as the season was season of appraisal results. I'm sure all of you had your appraisals in the last month or prior to that, and the results would have come out, like exams result, appraisal result. So I can understand, and today's topic, that's why we selected on, because the fact remains that there are few people who get what they think about, few get more than what they expect, few get what they expect, and there are a lot of people who did not get what they've been expecting or what they feel they should be giving. And that's what creates frustration. And today that's what we're going to talk about. Appraisal frustration and how do we take it still to a career growth. Yes.
So like Dheeraj just shared that appraisal season is coming to an end. And for some people, this appraisal time is really very exciting. They know that they have performed. They know that they're going to get this. The boss has always conveyed it to them, and they're looking forward to those monetary benefits and the promotion coming along with it. While for someone else, and that's the bigger chunk of people,
yes,
it's a scary or an anxious phase, like the time of results for most students.
Absolutely right.
Are you one of those students who would be anxious for the results? And I would love to listen from each one of you listening to us. Were you a student who was anxious when the results were going to come out? I was one of them. I used to be very anxious, waiting for the results and just not aware what's going to come out.
And I was never anxious because I was so sure that I'm going to pass. So that way there is no question of any kind of anxiety because I was 100% sure that I'm going to pass. And that was the focus when I was studying. So anyhow, the first reaction by everyone who does not get the desired appraisal is anger. That's a very natural thing. So nothing to feel bad about it. Is the first expectation, because you know what? It's just not about appraisal. It's about anything that you are expecting and you don't get. You feel a little disheartened. You feel a little frustrated. You feel a little angry. Okay. And what generally we have a tendency that we start blaming, and the first person we blame is the manager, saying that what, this guy is biased. He has his favorite people whom he always gives the promotion and everything, and he never gives me my due credit. It's been years. I'm working so hard and I'm delivering, I'm giving everything, and he's not doing. So that's the first natural reaction that as humans, people who did not get their appraisal as per the expectations go through.
Right. And then After that, it's followed by sadness and helplessness. For most of the people, the phase of anger then reaches to sadness and helplessness. And then you say, kya kar sakte hain? We have to deal with it and let's continue the job.
Yeah, but there is a space from sadness to kya kar sakte hain? People go to a bar and they start drinking. Okay, so sukh mein bhi piyo, dukh mein bhi piyo. So that's one thing which happens, that the first thing they hit on the first week of, after results come every week, you're sad and then you want to take a sub. I'm just joking, but yeah. So then they start getting sad and then they reach a stage which is a very sad stage. Probably, what can I do?
So though this is a very worldwide phenomena, it's just not to do with our country or the city.
Yeah.
It's a worldwide phenomena and it's to do with human emotions.
Yes.
And the behavior pattern. Now this may not be happening in reality, but this is what we go through as humans, because we generally believe that our emotions are out of our control. Whatever we are experiencing, that is what we are feeling and that's what we are depicting.
Absolutely right.
So if it is true that as humans we feel angry or sad when we don't get what we want or what we had expected, it's a natural reaction. But is that the end? No.
No.
That's where the beginning happens. How do you move ahead and still do well in your career, do well in the existing job, or what you should do further is what we are going to discuss today.
Absolutely. So my point is, once you're out of the phase, we have a phase that we go through, like, people have breakup phase, same way people have disheartened phase, they didn't get their promotion. So the first step is angry, and in that anger you blame the past, then you blame the family, because of y'all I could not give my complete dedication, and then you start blaming, and then you reach a stage of sadness. So, but we come out of that phase, okay, and we are grown up, mature people, so we tend to come out of it. Then we sit, okay, and we start thinking that why does this really happen?
Now, this is something which is really very important, because getting out of that phase is normal, but people don't sit and think, why did this happen to me this year? Why did I still again not get the appraisal? Is it just about my boss or is it about me? If you genuinely sit and reflect, you will find, and this is absolutely happened with each and every client of mine. If you genuinely sit and reflect, you will find you also in some way have contributed to not getting that appraisal on time. This is what I believe is the first thing you need to work upon. You need to sit and reflect why I was not the chosen one to get the appraisal this year, the kind of monetary benefits that I was experiencing.
So probably, if there's a saying in Hindi, ki taali ek haath se nahi bajti. So it's very important to reflect that, genuinely sit and reflect. Once you're out of the anger mode, you're out of the frustration mode, you're out of the sad mode. Now you feel, let me sit and reflect that and find out what are the challenges at my end which are there. Could be a factor, not could be the 100% factor, but could be a factor due to which I am not able to get what I deserve. This is the first thing, which means it's very important that you forget what has happened, let go of it, and need to focus on how do I work on myself. Because blaming anybody, even n number of years, is not going to help you. But working on yourself after reflecting what has happened, trying to, what is that word we say? Retrospect and try to work on yourself. That's something always work, always. And basically making a plan that now this year, this coming year, how is it that going to ensure that I'm going to get the position that I want, I'm going to get the promotion, I'm going to get the hike that I want.
So after self-reflection, it's really a very, very important step that you need to take. And that is, reach out to your manager and take a feedback.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know I can say sorry, but I can say it's not easy. But that needs a huge amount of courage that you will build going to the manager and asking him, tell me where you feel I need to change.
So, first, before going to the manager, it's very, very important for you to be mentally prepared to be able to listen to whatever your manager is going to share with you. Till you're not in that phase, please don't go there and ask, because you may necessarily not agree to all what he's saying.
Absolutely right.
And the minute he's saying something which you're not okay with and you're not in the listening mode, then you will start defending yourself.
Yes.
And what happens then? You lose the opportunity to know the areas of self-improvement.
Absolutely.
And that's not a great place to be in, right? It's important to get a genuine feedback. Now, to get a genuine feedback, you need to ask some great, amazing
Questions. Please write down all the people there. That most important key in this feedback is what are the questions that you're going to ask.
So don't start the blame game because it's not taking you anywhere.
Anyway, absolutely.
In fact, convey to him that I would like to know what will it take for me to get this promotion.
10 out of 10. 10 out
What
of
will
10.
it take for me to get this promotion?
Please write down what is going to take to me to get the next promotion. The second thing that you can ask is what are the areas in my work life that you feel I need to improve, the areas of improvement. That's the second question that you can ask.
It's really not easy to find your own blind spots, right?
Yeah.
That is why it's great opportunity for you to find out from your boss, your current manager, what is that missing link that did not lead me to the promotion that I felt I deserved or I desire. I want to reach there, so help me understand where did I go wrong.
Where is that blind spot? And let me tell you, what response will you get will depend on how open you are while asking this question.
Absolutely.
If the boss truly believes that you're open, now he will be very honest enough. So probably you'll have to probe, because you'll have to convince him that you're genuinely wanting to know what is that area that needs to change so that you're able to grow. So that is the key. And the moment you probe it and he feels that, okay, he's open to the idea of learning now, believe me, the manager will be fair enough in sharing his review and you will get your answers.
So I can tell you this, that a manager who's given a fair review will always give you answers on why it didn't work for you this year. So you can ask him, where did he come up with this conclusion? For example, he says that you don't have great team building skills. You are not a great team player. Please ask him that, how did you come to this conclusion that I'm not a great team player? What did you notice? What was that incident or that event that you felt that I didn't participate?
Yes.
And he will tell you that that is what was happening. That time, this is what was your response. And I believe that you need to improvise on your team skills.
But the attitude which you're asking a question cannot be, no, I'm not able to agree with this. It cannot be that attitude. The attitude is of seeking mind. That's what, I completely appreciate your honesty. But is it possible, can I just understand which aspect, which area, when did you see this, that I'm not a team builder? What made you believe this? I'm sure there is something that has made you believe. I would love to know so that I can change myself. Now, if you're coming from this angle, you'll definitely see. But if you come from the angle, no, I'm not able to believe this. I'm a great team player. Everybody loves me. And you start defending yourself, he's not going to open up.
In fact, the next question that you can ask him is, what are the skills you feel I should develop to grow further in my career? What are the skills I need to develop to grow further in my career?
Yep.
And both hard skills and soft skills are important.
Yes.
So hard skills, like you all may know, are the skills related to your functional expertise.
Technical expertise.
And soft skills are skills as a person. So it could be connecting to people, your communication skills, your negotiation skills,
your presentation skills, your delivery skills. There are a lot of skills which are required, which you need to know from him so that you can improvise.
Now, whenever you're going for this feedback session, carry a notepad.
Yes.
And start penning down whatever he's telling you. The minute you start doing this, it makes him believe that you're serious and you're keen towards growing in your career. This is one of the most important things that you need to do. That you're sitting down and taking notes on what he's telling are the areas of improvement for you. Once you've jotted down all the feedback you have received, then it's about time to sit alone
I think this is very important, okay? Sit alone in a peaceful place. Now, I will give you a small tip here. It's not that we thought about, but now I realize what do I do? How do I, sit and process? I generally, for 5 minutes, I just put some light music, just do some breathing exercise. I just calm down my mind. I'm not in any distractive state. And then I know that I'm in a state now where I'm ready to Go deep there. And that's how you can do this. So do this and then try to sit alone and do the whole process.
So process the entire feedback. Now,
Yes.
most of the times you will recollect that someone else had also told you the same thing, that XYZ, this is the area that you need to improve upon.
Yes.
It may be in a different scenario. It could also be in a personal friend, because our soft skills are skills which are reflected everywhere in every area of life, right? So that is the time you realize that there are some skills which you have been missing, but you were not proactive enough to develop them. So now is the right time to do it.
Yeah, I remember, when I started giving presentation in my sales job. So I'm a guy who wants to over deliver, who wants to give more. And then I remember my boss saying, there's only one concern I have. You are always not focusing on the time. You always overshoot the time. So I said, yeah, I didn't take it, yeah, take care. He's feeling jealous because the audience love me and they're sitting there around that. But then, I remember second time when somebody else told me, my second company, my boss said that that's one thing, Dheeraj, you're such a great presenter, everything, people love you, but I feel you always overshoot in my 15 minutes to half an hour. And then that day I said, yeah, probably, yeah, both what they're saying makes sense. So let me see how can I really focus on ensuring that the content that I have, instead of 1 hour, let me make 45 minutes, so that even if I short 15 minutes, and today it's been years that's helping me. So whenever I do my workshop, whenever we do this half an hour thing, I ensure that whatever I have to deliver, it's always 5 minutes less, so that I'm finishing. So that when I sat, I could do that. So I think you should do this.
And then whatever part you feel you're truly convinced that these are the 10 points that he asked me to work upon, I feel these 7, he's really, truly correct, authentic about it, then start working on a plan.
Yes.
How am I going to work on these 7 points that he's told me to be able to take action? It could be taking action on developing those skills, implementing some changes in your behavior. Start doing that.
And once you do that, once you start implementing, the next key I want you to write down is very important. Taking feedback from your boss. It's crucial. So ideally, it could be a period from 90 days to 6 months. Okay, on that thing there. So what you have started implementing, all what you have started implementing, you need to take that feedback. It's very, very crucial. Otherwise, 1 year is gone and then you saw that I didn't get what I wanted. So ideally, we suggest 90 days, right?
Yes. So whenever you start implementing these things and you feel you're getting good at it, it's time to go to him. Now, why am I giving this span of 90 days to 6 months? Because certain things may take that kind of time,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
But you should definitely reach out to him at least in mid of the year and ask him, how is my progress? Is my pace good enough? What do you still feel needs to change?
Yes.
Am I really adapting well to what you mentioned? This review with your boss in 90 days or 6 months is absolutely crucial, because that way you make him a part of your growth plan.
Yes.
Your career growth plan. And you know what happens in this bargain? This strengthens your relationship with your boss
Absolutely
or your manager.
correct.
And this relationship goes beyond the current job, the current company. I remember one of the mentors. So as you all know, I've been interviewing a lot of successful people. I'm bringing them as mentors, taking insights from them. He mentioned this, that, I always used to be very keen on getting a feedback from my boss, asking him that you didn't give me this rating. What is the challenge? Where did I fall short? And this process helped him get jobs throughout his careers. You know why? Because whenever his bosses moved for a new job in a different company and they were looking for a junior, they were looking for building a team, he would be the first guy they would invite to join. So you can see this process of taking the review in a positive stride and working on implementing it can give you long-term
win. In fact, this one of the mentor mentioned that he never had to apply anywhere throughout his career for 21 years for a new job. You know why? Because his previous bosses, wherever they moved, they always gave, it was a female if I'm not wrong.
No, even the other person.
The other person, yeah. They were always given that option that, what, I'm going here, would you like to come here? Would you like to join with me? Because it's a great company. Now that's something which is amazing, that 21 years never ever had to give any interview, had to do anything. There was always a job, because wherever your bosses used to go, they are wanting to hire you. What beautiful this can be.
And who will not want a junior like this, right?
Absolutely.
I'm sure each one of you would love to have someone like this as a colleague, as a junior who's ready to take feedback, improve, work on it, and is passionate on growing in his career. So that's what exactly happened with
In
him.
short, you build a mentor and mentee relationship here. This is very important, and that is the most amazing relationship one can have, and it's absolutely like, I'm a mentee of a mentor for last 29 years. What a wonderful relationship journey! Imagine 29 years, and it's beautiful. It makes you feel so strong.
So learn to take criticism gracefully.
Yes.
I will again repeat this. Learn to take criticism gracefully. Reflect on how much of this is really true. Be authentic when you're asking this question to yourself. As humans, we're all biased to ourselves. No, I'm not like this. No, I cannot do this. And whenever someone is pointing out, you will first want to defend. But go beyond that and go deep and ask, was this really authentic? And then work on it constructively, and you will see that you're progressing consistently in your career. So remember to take criticism.
And let me tell you, there could be a chance where the feedback given by your manager may not be correct. It may not be right. But you really like the job and the organization. Okay? So then it is very important that you have created a great reputation about yourself in the company, in the organization. So maybe one person who may be your immediate boss, your immediate manager, may not be in your favor, may not like you for whatever reasons it can be. I'm not justifying that. It can happen there. But your reputation in your company is so strong, is so powerful that everybody knows you, and that, well, then there's the time for you to go to the next level in the hierarchy, because they know, they are connected, they know your work, you have a good reputation with them, and you go and have a discussion with them, and that's how the same process follows.
So you have to go to the next level, ask for the feedback, work on the same thing, implement the plan, and be ready for a promotion the next year.
Yes.
And believe me, friends, this has worked amazingly well for one of my clients who had come to me last year in the month of March, and he was saying, I've been a star player, I've been getting promotions, but since COVID hit and a lot of things have happened and people are not giving me the due credit, the younger generation has come and they are taking over, and I'm really feeling bad, and I'm looking out for an option. And after the entire first session, when he really just kept venting out, the next session I sat and I really explained the entire thing for him. He made that change happen, and last month he came and shared with me he is given 2 level above promotion.
Yes.
They asked him what is the role that he would like to take, because he's implemented those changes, and they have sponsored him for a course from one of the most reputed institute in the country for a leadership program for 6 months.
Absolutely right.
That is what happens if you really implement this process.
Now, if you're sure that this is just a political issue, politics, and you feel that nobody is there to help you, so that means it's very simple. It's not worth taking the effort to prove yourself. Then move on to the next job in the new company.
So many people you will find, April, May, June is a time when people are moving out from the organization. And that's obviously the reason that they were not happy with the appraisal that they got. But I would suggest keep this as a
last resort. Okay. Now, if you have made up your mind now you've decided I want to move up, to leave the job, then don't rush. Don't do this with emotional hurt, because if you're trying to move out and go in the market with that emotional hurt, you're going to carry out that. You're going to carry that baggage of grudge and anger and everything, and that's not going to help you even to attract a job, or even if you get an opportunity, it will not help you to crack the job. Okay, so it's very important to self-reflect, create a nice plan. That's what we do with our clients. When they come to us and I want to change the job, I said, okay, fair enough. So we absolutely make him go with a nice blueprint for the next job. Everything is ready. Create a foundation. It's not an escape route. It's a reason for you to grow. So the first thing you need to change the perception. I'm not running from this company. Maybe the universe is giving me a signal. You know what? This is the time for you, and time and opportunity to look out for a new job, for growth in terms of position, in terms of salary, in terms of everything.
So follow all the steps that we have suggested while looking out for a new job to progress in your career. If you look back into our page, I've done an entire session on how to work towards a new job if you're wanting to look for an opportunity outside. And that is how you'll be able to turn this roadblock into a opportunity to scale new heights.
Yes.
I would also like to mention one more very important reality of life. Most of us get into a comfort zone when things are going our way. And when something like this happens, it gives you a wake-up call that you have not really worked on your goals and your growth plan. You have been working on your job, but you have not been working on yourself.
Yes.
And friends, it's time to do that. It's time to work on yourself. So like I said in my introduction, people come to me when they're stagnating in their career, when they're looking for a career change. And the biggest reason for this in the background is a bad appraisal.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we follow the same process with them to get a great breakthrough either in their existing company, like I just mentioned, that he got a double promotion and he got sponsorship of a leadership program in one of the top institute of the country, or we help them get a new job.
So at the end, the end result is always internal growth, and then you see external results. It cannot be that I just keep focusing on changing something outside and I get that kind of result. That's not possible. Life is an inside out journey. That one line that I always tell people, which my mentor keeps telling me, Tony, life is happening for me, not to me.
So, that is why it's really very important to work on yourself internally. And that's why we have seen, if you go through my testimonials, you will find that whether it was in the existing company, they've got a 90% hike.
Yes.
Or a new job where again they have broken all the industry norm, where someone would say 10%, 15%, 20% hike is enough. We've ensured that our clients have got 50%, 70%, 80% hike. Why? Because they worked on themselves.
Absolutely.
So remember, along with working on your job, it's very important to work on yourself.
Absolutely. To sum it up now, if you have a bad appraisal, then follow these steps. First, overcome your emotional hurt. Okay, don't go to bar too often. Once it's okay. If those who drink, those who don't drink, it's okay. But overcome your emotional hurt. Second, reach out for feedback.
So this feedback can be from your current manager or it can be his boss, depending on the situation that we just mentioned to you. But it's very, very important to take feedback and take it constructively.
And if you feel that the feedback is genuine, then take steps to work on it. And if it is something which is a wrongdoing by the organization itself, simple. Just plan your next move.
And finally, don't rush into things. Generally, this is what human tendency is. When you don't like something, you feel upset, you want to just run away from there. Don't do that mistake. Work on yourself and get the desired results.
Yes.
So either you question, why did I get this bad appraisal, and take a feedback, or you quit and you look for a new job. Both of this have to be done rationally in the most beautiful state of your life. I'll again say, done it rationally and in the most beautiful state of your life.
Yes.
That is how you can grow professionally. In fact, if you can't do it, don't hesitate to take professional help. Seek out someone who can help you make this transit.
Absolutely.
Because one wrong decision or move in your career can cause a much bigger damage than the time and money and the effort that you will take in investing in yourself by seeking a professional help.
So I'm not saying that come to us. That's not what we are talking about. We're talking about go to anyone who is professionally equipped to help you to get out of the situation and ensure either in the existing company you are getting that kind of promotion and that kind of salary hike, or it helps you to get a new job in a new company.
So if this year was bad for you, if the season didn't go the way you wanted, no problems. Just follow these steps and I promise you, either this existing company will give you an amazing appraisal,
yes,
amazing promotion, great benefits, or the whole damn world is open for you.
Absolutely.
Reach out, find someone who can help you and have an amazing career ahead. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for being here with us.
Absolutely. Thank
See you again.
See you again next Friday on how to ace your career. Thank you. Bye.